What's going on, guys? TKD once again video, and today we're gonna do another installment of music and history. It's a Monday, brand new artist we're gonna dive into, and today we're gonna be doing the big boss, Ricky Rozay, aka Rick Ross. Once a baller, always a baller, am I right? And this could be no more true to Rick Ross. Back in high school, he actually played a lot of football, and he was on the team, back in high school, and he was apparently well-renowned and very, very skilled in football. He was so good in the fact that he even called the plays and the shots during playoff games in high school football. And so that speaks a lot, to the type of person he was back in high school, and what he's become now. Have that big aggrandized personality, and that even showed through his career in football. He was so good at football that he even attended Albany State University on a scholarship completely off of his sport of football. So he got his scholarship in football, went to Albany State University, so he was a big guy in football. Not only no pun intended, but he was big in football as well. And it would have been pretty cool to see him in the NFL. If his path of life stayed on the NFL, it would be really cool to see what he would have been like as a NFL player. This one is completely unexpected. It completely threw me off guard. Rick Ross, he's a gamer. He's one of us guys. Like he's an actual true video gamer, and during his recording sessions he will break off from recording and play games to relieve stresses that he has, whether it be his stresses in his life or just with the record he's working on right now currently. He often uses games as an escape to relieve him of that. He also claims to own every single vintage video game, right? And that's ranging from Coleco all the way to the Xbox. So, apparently he has some massive games stash of, all of this, old games and new games right now that are coming out, on this day and stuff like that. So, he's a gamer. Does he have too many tattoos? Now, he currently has over 500 tattoos. I can't even think of 500 anythings I have. I'm saying? Like 500 tattoos he has all over his body. It's completely insane. He also got his first tattoo at the age of 13. So, man, back in 13, I got my first, cell phone? That wasn't even a thing, getting tattoos. That wasn't even a thing at all, at that age. And to, see him getting a tattoo, his first tattoo at the age of 13, that's, in itself insane, right? It's kind of crazy. His tattoos are also, one of his big things about him, right? Not only, that beard, that's super dope. He has his tattoos that, are kind of his staple thing. Like, he has a ton of tattoos all over his body. And, if you see him in videos or live in concert, he is not afraid to show off his tattoos in his body. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just a big thing about Rick Ross. And, if you ever wondered how many tattoos this man actually had, now you know. Over 500. And someday, will it be over 9,000? Probably not. Maybe. Rick Ross not only got a big beard, a big personality, but big money. Rick Ross owns the largest house in Georgia with a whopping 109 rooms. He has 100. This man has 109 rooms in his mansion. Are you kidding me? He could literally stay in a room a day for an entire summer and not even go through all the that's crazy. Just imagine the parties that he'd be throwing at that mansion. And also, not only on top of that, not only about the house that he paid $5.8 million for, right? Not only setting that aside, in his backyard of this mansion, he has the largest recreational pool in the United States. This pool is massive. It is huge, right? It is insane, right? This pool has over 350,000 gallons of water, all right? It is home for plenty of pool parties during the summer. There's a lot of it over on the Snapchat. If you follow him on Snapchat, he has plenty of parties. He does one once a year on July 4th, and it's massive. And he's got a big ass pool, a big ass house, and a big ass beard. Now, this is one fact that he has in past been kind of afraid to admit, and you will, hear about that once I dive into the story. And that fact is that he was once a corrections officer. He served as an officer for 1995 through 1997, and some leaked pictures came out of him in the uniform, and he at first denied all these claims. He denied these pictures. He said that they were fake. He said that hackers went in and edited his face onto these officers' bodies, and that he was definitely not an officer back in the day. But that same year, he was in an interview, and he finally just came to terms with it and admitted that he was once a corrections officer back in 95 to 97. So, I mean, I don't really, kind of understand why he would be ashamed of this. I guess maybe it was because of his, past dealing with crime and all that, because, he is open about, how he's been involved in, plenty of drugs and drug dealing and all that stuff like that. So maybe that's kind of like a hypocrite way of him to be, involved in all that in the past, but then also be an officer of the law, right? So maybe, that's why he was probably embarrassed, but at first he was embarrassed, and he came out and just kind of just came to terms with it, and since everyone has seen the pictures, he just kind of admitted to everybody that he was once a corrections officer. And that's all I got for this episode of Music History. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the concept, please down below in the comments, let me know who you want me to explore next week. You want me to do Childish Gambino, Meek Mill. Well, Meek Mill would be like a trash can, but beside the point, 2 Chainz. I can do 2 Chainz. Whatever you guys want me to do, let me know down in the comments below. Also, right down there, check out my media links. On my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the good stuff from me there. So my daily life. And also, while you're in the comments below, leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff to support the boy and the channel. I really appreciate all the subscriptions and likes and shares you guys do. I really appreciate it. You guys are watching, and as always, I got you.